the quest for midnight cookies. A lot of what we do on Amara in Seattle is big adventures, kicking things off my bucket list, going places I've always wanted to go. There's also an element of adventure that exists in my life just in general. I love to try out new restaurants and be part of up-and-coming events. So I was talking to my best friend about how we could have a small adventure, and I was looking around for restaurants and like pastisseries, and I found in Edmonds, Washington, there was a midnight cookie shop. Now, I don't even like cookies all that much, but I do love the quest for something. And just so happens my best friend loves cookies. So good balance. Mandatory stuff. If you like the idea of seeing adventures everywhere you go, go ahead and hit the like button and hit subscribe so you're part of the next one. I do adventures every week here on Amara in Seattle, and I'd love you to be part of them. And you can ring the bell so you get notifications sent to your inbox. One of the tips I have about crafting an adventure is making it thematic. We are gonna go on late night cookie adventure. I'm here and Michael's over there. Beep. There is a cookie place in a different city in Washington that has cookies that you can get until like 12 a.m. And I'd heard of this before. Actually, Michael's from a town in North Carolina where they've had these like late night cookie shops for college reasons. There are more colleges in Seattle, and I don't know that we have a cookie shop like this. So I'm like, how is there one in Edmonds? Anyway, there's a great mystery afoot and it must be figured out, and that is this week's adventure. So this wasn't just going out to get cookies, like we'd go to the grocery store and buy cookies. By throwing in an element that's unexpected, like a cookie shop, but like at midnight, midnight cookies in a different city, just a little drive away. So the whole thing kind of had this extra little piece to it, because we knew we were gonna go get cookies. We had sushi beforehand, so we had like a nice meal. So step one of this adventure specifically though, is you eat something that's not cookies. Sushi vision, yeah, it's too expensive. Yeah, it is. We talked about how cool this cookie place could or could not be, how creepy it could be. So kind of conjecture, like thinking about what could be with this adventure, is part of the adventure itself. It's just like when you have a party and you get people excited about it by telling them there's costumes to wear or giving them the ability to kind of envision it. It's part of what actually ends up making those parties work really well, and that's part of what makes an adventure like this go so well. So then we took off in the night. I shot some dramatic moments because it was raining, so we kind of decided it was like cookies in the dark, but like with a noir spin. Yep. An adventure in a neighborhood. Wouldn't it be weird if it's just in a house?
It's not. It's a little tiny
like
shack.
A rando house?
No, it's a little tiny shack.
Rando shack. Even better. We decided not to go with any kind of music. We just talked the whole time, and we talked about adventures we'd gone on in the past, and then we showed up. And we discovered this complex that had like all this other stuff in it. Cookie adventure has turned very interesting, as apparently there is a shopping mall in old hotels. Motels in like no-tell motels in Edmonds. There's a cat shop, there's a pizza place, there's a theater up there, an aquarium co-op. I don't even know what that means. Canine water therapy treatment. There's a colonial restaurant. There's that guy. And it was all real weird. So then it got even more like noir-y. It was very like Pushing Daisies, Veronica Mars up in this. And so we just kind of went with the thematicness of it, how it was kind of strange and bizarre. And then we finished the quest. We went and got cookies. Now, something to note, adventure is really about what you put into it. And completing the quest is really in the try. If you were going to like get a specialty food or try out a new restaurant, doesn't work out, sometimes you can just shift it. You can decide, okay, well, we'll go to the one restaurant that's open and we'll laugh about this later. That's as much a part of the adventuring process as actually doing what you intended to do originally. But being really flexible to the realities of what happens and rolling with the punches, because it happens, things change. I don't love cookies, but I do love ice cream because I like to put a little Amara spin on everything. We actually went right after getting locally made cookies. Midnight cookies from the Midnight Cookie Box. Look, they're super fresh and like homemade, super cool. I'm gonna touch them all. I'm not gonna eat them all, but and that's how they're wrapped. Pretty clever, actually, wax paper just between them. I'm gonna turn 2 of these bad boys into a stumped down ice cream sandwich. We went to a grocery store and I bought ice cream that was Stumptown, which is a Portland coffee brand.
I went and found some Stumptown coffee ice cream to put with the midnight cookies. What? Local cookies, sort of local. It's like a Pacific Northwest cookie bazaar.
So I made like a Pacific Northwest ice cream sandwich to kind of make it a little bit even more elevated and even more special. It was fun. It was a fun adventure. It's something we will surely talk about as time goes on. And having a good partner, like a good friend to go on adventures with is a really big piece of this. I really recommend finding like an adventure buddy that's open to like putting on the lens that life can be an adventure, because that's half of how you get there. Oh, another thing I like to do for adventures is make sure I get a little dressed up somehow or another. Sometimes it just means trying on like a lipstick color I've never used before, or try and find something thematic to wear. My cookie socks! Getting in costume really makes it even more exciting. At the core of what makes an adventure special is you. It's how you and the people you spend time with decide to turn the moments into something special. You can always find something that is a small adventure to have. More than anything, adventure is about perspective. So consider, instead of just doing something on a day when you want life to be more, or when you have the opportunity to infuse like extra joy into something, taking a little bit of time to turn that into an adventure for yourself and for the people in your life. Those are some of the things I did so that there could be a midnight cookie adventure. If you have any tips for how you bring adventure in your day-to-day life, let me know in the comments below. You can get lost in travel over on my travel channel, that's Amara In Seattle. And there's a vlog channel, that's where absolutely everything is an adventure, and that one's called Amara In Seattle Vlogs. I hope you can join us on any or all of these journeys. Yay! I hope you guys are finding ways to put adventure into your life. Thanks for watching Rockstars Best Adventures. It's Amara in Seattle. Top of the Space Needle, rain falling down, just like it was during Cookie Quest. Rain falling down. Do-do-do-do.
I like cookies.
I know, I don't even really like cookies. I just like the idea of going to find a late night cookie place.